I've just about had it up to here with Josh and Matt. T-shirt is dope. Thank you. You'll tell me when we're live. We are live. Okay, we're live. Sorry, guys. Sevan, how you doing, brother? I'm great. I'm going to switch over to the Sevan Podcast Live, 7:29 a.m. We're just waiting for Laura Horvath to come in. Until then, I'm going to rant a little. Peace. Good morning, guys. Yes, Laura Horvath. Sorry, it is Horvath. I keep saying Horvath, but you're right. You're right, Susie. Horvath. Horvath or Horvath? Brian, do you know Horvath?
Wait, what? Her Instagram is not... The way she spells it on Instagram is not the way her last name is actually spelled.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing that the actual spelling was not available, so she just flipped the H and the T. But we could.
Well, shoot, there she is. We'll just ask her. Mystery solved.
Hi, guys.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
No, not good morning.
It's like afternoon here, but yeah, something like that. Somewhere it's morning. At your place.
Yes. Where is it? What is it at your place? Afternoon?
Yeah, 4:30 in the evening or like afternoon.
You done with all your workouts today?
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't do much, but yeah.
Now you just have to take a psychological beat down from Brian and I.
Oh, can't wait.
Can you see Ryan, Laura?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see everyone.
Okay,
There's 4 of us, right?
Yeah, that's Ryan, and then the other guy is Brian Friend, and I'm Sevan. And this is the Sevan Podcast.
Officially.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. Have you done any other podcasts since you graduated from the 2021 CrossFit Games?
No, I have not.
Unbelievable. And what took us so long to get you on? Was that our fault or your fault?
I think it was my fault. I don't really check my DMs, and Matt tried to DM me like 5 times, I think. And my brother told me that he even tried to, like, that Matt DM'd me and then I should respond. And then eventually you guys emailed me and then I responded to that.
So if you want to get in touch with Laura...
Just ask her.
Yeah, I text my brother.
If you want to get in touch with Laura Horvath, not that,
Yeah.
that. Is that right?
It's TH.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh,
Yeah, my IG is different than my actual name because my actual name was taken. So I was like, I'm not gonna use numbers. So I just like switched the last 2 letters.
Do you use skin products?
No, why?
You have really nice skin. You just looks like smooth. Your face looks like clean like a plate.
Oh,
Maybe that's just because you're young. Okay, will you pronounce your last name for me?
Horvath.
Horvath.
Yeah.
Not but t.
Horvath. Yeah. Not you don't like lengthen it. You just say it's Horvath.
Okay. Did you know that, Brian?
No, I've been corrected on a lot of names this year. Like Justin Medeiros. I didn't know that one. Laura Horvath. And
Yeah.
you know, it's interesting that a lot of these athletes have been around for a couple of years, but we haven't had the correct pronunciation. I don't like that. So I like that you always try to get them right, Sevan.
Oh well, yeah. I need to try because I'm so bad at names. I just want to talk about something really quick. Sorry, Laura, to drag you into this. Someone just sent me a screenshot of a post on the CrossFit Games, and it says inside the leaderboard, episode 820, legendary careers, and it says an unprecedented. Oh, where is it? In this new docuseries, get an unprecedented look at what goes behind the scenes at the CrossFit Games season. And this is called Miles to Madison, Rich Froning, Haylene Adams, and John Nikoski. Listen, people, that is the wrong use of the word unprecedented. All the unprecedented shit has already been done and will never be done again. Really? Unless they have footage of Rich Froning putting anal cream on his anus before he takes off for a run, it's already all been shown. I did it all, and they won't let me go back and do it more. Now it's just superficial consensus fit stuff. So take off that word unprecedented. All the unprecedented stuff I already did. Sorry. I mean, I'm not bragging. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just like, it's already been, there's nothing. The only thing that unprecedented at the games is Laura Horvath's performance. The only thing unprecedented is what her and Tia Toomey are doing. Other than that, there's no unprecedented media. Okay, sorry, Laura, you had to see this bad, arrogant temper tantrum side of me. Laura, it's just you two.
Just what?
It's just you two.
What do you mean?
You and Tia, you and the Toomey, you and two. It's just...
There is 38 more women out there. I mean, this year. So I don't think it's just me and her.
Do you know what garnish is? Do you know that term garnish?
Yes, I know.
It's like
you
the
think
part...
everyone else is garnish? It's
Yes, garnish. The main course is Laura Horvath and Tia. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, would you have thought Annie would have taken third?
To be honest, I didn't really think of anyone else or like where anyone else would finish. So no, I wouldn't think. But yeah, she did great.
Yeah, it did incredible. That's sort of what I mean. That's sort of my point, that like everyone knew that it would be like people. I mean, you probably don't particularly like hearing this because I'm sure you want to win, but it was basically there was only one spot on the podium for all the pundits, for the people making guesses. It was like, okay, Tia's going to win and Laura's going to take
you
second.
Thought so?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone thought so.
Really?
I mean, I think everyone thought that Tia was going to win. I mean, everyone knew that she was going to win, but I don't think they thought about me at all.
Is she just telling herself that, Brian, to keep herself motivated? She doesn't want to, she just wants
Laura,
to.
I had projected you to take second this year.
Oh, really? When did you do that? After the games?
Before the games.
Oh, man.
I can't. Oh, Christoph.
She is sassy.
Christoph's
She is
breaking
sassy.
my heart.
Oh,
Laura, you got to go back and watch our episode from before the CrossFit Games. Sevan made me.
I didn't watch any of your episodes before, so this is my first ever episode watching and doing it at the same time.
Well, if you want to know, there was at least one person out there who believed in you. Sevan made me rank all of the athletes 40 through 1.
Oh, really? You ranked everyone?
I did. It was very
you
difficult.
and Tia and the garnish, the other 38. They all got ranked.
And were you like correct with? I guess you were correct with Tia and me, and then everyone else was like.
I did okay. There's some that I didn't do so well. Like for the men, for example, I had Guy Mayeros like second to last. He placed 7th. So but it was a difficult year because a lot of people you haven't seen compete in 18 to 24 months in a live competition. So it's hard to know where everyone's at.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I don't want to do that. That would be very hard to guess.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it, but he did a great job of it.
I mean,
and people like it. People like it. You kind of have to do it, right? To sort of you want to stimulate people. You want to put it all out there, stimulate the fans. It's like shaking the bee's nest a little bit. It needs to be shaken just a little bit.
Whatever you say.
What country do you live in? You're from Belarus?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Near to it, yeah.
And how many athletes came out of Hungary this year to go to the CrossFit Games besides yourself?
Me.
You, one athlete.
Yeah.
And how old are you, Laura?
I know. What are these questions? You already know. You guessed where I place, where I live. So I'm 24.
24. Am I not allowed to ask questions that I already know the answers to?
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, of course. What if I'm wrong? I have to validate and verify. Okay. And how many games have you been to?
I would say 3, but everyone says 4.
And why do you say
3.5 or something like that? Like for sure not 4 because it didn't go to the 4th, like the 3rd one.
And which one are you referring to? You're referring to 2019?
Like the last one, not that happened recently, but the previous, like 2020.
Okay, so you're kind of in the same boat that I am. If you're not in the top 5, then you don't.
Yeah, I don't feel like. I mean, I didn't go anywhere. I went to my own gym, so I didn't really go to the games. That makes sense.
Yeah. See, Laura, that proves my point. If I would have just assumed that. If I would have just said you went to 4 games and I wouldn't have asked you the question, then I would have never got to the bottom of the fact that you and I are on the same page that really that games doesn't count.
I mean, it counts for those 5 people, but not the rest of us.
Right. I agree. Do you agree, Brian?
Laura, if someone finished 7th place on the online version of that year at the games, do you think they can say, yeah, I'm a top 10 games athlete?
No, they are not.
What about if they
Oh
did in
man.
2019?
What do you mean? They did in 2008? Yeah, I guess. Then yes.
Do you want to know a fun statistic about 2019?
Yes.
Well, I've said it before, but Laura's never listened to our podcast, so she's going to hear it for the first time. 19 of the 20 athletes who finished in the top 10 that year, of the 10 men and 10 women that
Yep.
made the final cut, either had their career best finish at the games or tied for career best finish at the games. The only athlete who did not was Katrin David's daughter, and she couldn't because only her or Tia could win.
And that's evidence that you're saying that it's not really, it's just a bullshit games, Brian?
Now, there have been some athletes who did really well that year in 2019 that have continued to do well in the years since then. But up to that point, when there was nothing else, when we hadn't had 2020 and 2021, 19 of the top 20 athletes, 9 of the top 10 women, and 10 of the top 10 men either matched or exceeded their career best finish at the games, says to me that I don't think that has ever happened before, and I don't think it'll ever happen again. Something was obviously off that year, but we know that.
Everything was off that year, I guess. So not just that.
I think I figured out why Laura hasn't done, we're the first podcast.
Oh, tell me.
That we
why?
don't, because man, you're a handful. You're prickly. You remind me of my friend Dave Castro. You're
Oh no! Please don't.
yes, you do remind me of him. I have to say,
No.
my dear friend Dave Castro. So 24 years old, 4 games, and did you ever do the
Three.
teen?
Let's say 3.
Okay,
3.5.
3.5, 3.5 games. And did you ever do the teen competition?
Teen or team?
Teen with the little
No.
kids? No.
No, I started. I think I turned 18 or 19. Like I was older than I was supposed to be to make the teen in. It was the first year they brought it. I don't know, 17, I think, or 16, and I was already too old.
Okay. This guy Sergino, I don't know what kind of money that is. I don't know if it's what do you guys call your money in Hungary?
Forint, Hungarian forint.
Forint. He gave us 10 something. People can donate money while they watch the show. Isn't that crazy?
What do you mean 10 something?
I mean, it's
10,000?
it's like
1
10.00
0.
and it's like a backwards L. I don't know what kind of money that is, but he just gave us $10 on our YouTube channel. And then another lady, Lynette Hopes, just gave us $100. I don't know. Like that's a lot of money in the United States.
Am I getting a cut?
No, of course not.
Then
Thank
I'm
you
gonna
for
say
bringing back
bye.
the podcast. My husband and I really enjoy it. Keep it up. Todd and Lynette's Lopes.
We are like live right now, so everyone can watch. Like,
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought
So
you
ev-
guys are recording and then putting it on somewhere.
I know. Sometimes we do that, but it's more fun when we know we're going to have aggressive guests like you and like anything can
What are you
happen.
talking about?
Brian,
I'm just honest, okay?
Brian, you know her brother, right?
Yeah.
And you've worked out with him before?
Yeah, well, one day I went, I don't know if you know that, Laura, I went up to see Gabby and Jacqueline and Christoph and John in Wisconsin the Tuesday before, like 8 days before the CrossFit Games started. And it was their last like intense double training session. And I did the whole session with them, and it took me a couple days to recover from that.
That's cool.
It was
And she really likes her. You like your brother a lot. Besides yourself, he gets the most time on your Instagram. And it looks like you guys are very close, right?
Yeah, we are close. We are brother and sister, so we like each other.
And is he older or younger?
He is older.
Older. And do you call him the Hungarian bear like I do, or do you just call him
No,
Christoph?
I just call him on his regular name. I don't give nicknames.
Okay. And Brian, are they similar in their demeanor? They're like, if I talk to him, would I be like, oh yeah, they have the same vibe?
off the competition floor, not so much. On the competition floor, I think they have similar intensity, yes.
Dana Kopp says, yes, Laura Horvath, prickly is an accurate description. Yeah, prickly. Yeah. It's like you want to come in for a hug, but she's like one of those big old cactuses like they have in Arizona. Like it's beautiful and awesome, and you want to come in close, but be careful. Right?
Whatever you say.
If you
It's your podcast, so I guess you are the only one who's right on it.
No, I'm not. I sometimes let Brian be right and occasionally let the guest be right. So, four CrossFit Games from Hungary, and how many gyms are there in your? Sorry, 3.5. And sorry, that wasn't on purpose. And how many gyms are there in Hungary? Do you know how many CrossFit gyms?
Not too many. I think if I could get, I would guess like I'd say 7, 8 in the whole country, which is
Okay.
like not a lot.
And no, she's not prickly. She's just straight up. Okay. Settle down, people. I'm reading the comments. That's just a comment.
I figured.
Oh, okay. And and what's the name of the gym you go to?
It's called CrossFit Glass House.
Okay. And does glass house mean something in Hungarian, or is that like glass house like an English word?
Like a glass house.
Okay.
It's like exactly what it means.
And that's the gym in your Instagram that has the hole in the ceiling with the light coming down. It has the skylight in the center.
No, that's a different gym.
Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool gym.
It's okay.
Does it get hot in there?
No.
Oh,
they have AC.
Okay. And so you've been, and then how did you find CrossFit? How did you stumble? How did CrossFit and Laura Horvath cross paths?
It all goes back to my brother. He wanted to get fit and ripped and look good for the girls, I guess, in high school. And then he went to a global gym where CrossFit was on TV. And then that's how it all started. He started going to a CrossFit gym. And then I guess he thought I would be good at it. So he made me come. And then, yeah, that's how it all started. So we started together. And then I think he got injured because, I don't know, something. And then he signed me up to do like a comp at the CrossFit gym where he used to go to. I mean, where he went to get fit. And then I just did that like 3 weeks into CrossFit. So I did that. And then that was like the Hungarian, like the biggest thing in Hungary back then, CrossFit wise. So I did that. And then I just continued, I guess.
How old were you?
I think 16-ish, young.
And how did you do in that competition?
I took fourth. Like, I think there was like 10 or 12 girls, and then there were 4 events and 1 final. And four girls went to the final, and the final was like heavy lifting, like bear complex with like 45 kilos, which was very heavy for me at the time. So my dad and my brother made me stop, not to I quit the workout. I was like, you can't do this because it's too heavy for you.
So you took fourth, even dropping out of a workout?
At the final, yeah.
And were they all women you were competing against, not other 16-year-old kids?
No, they were all women.
Wow. And you'd only been doing CrossFit for 3 weeks?
Something like that, yeah. So my mom and dad has a climbing gym, and my brother I wasn't even going to the gym, and he figured I could do this competition, and he was teaching me how to like snatch and clean and jerk in the climbing gym with like a bench press barbell.
Yeah, that's
or like
awesome.
like a lot of regular barbell. I don't know. No, it wasn't like shaped like funky. It was straight, but it wasn't a weightlifting bar.
It didn't spin.
No.
Yeah, I think that's how a bunch of us learned. Are you both your parents Hungarian?
Yes, that's correct.
And Hungary's pretty much like all. It's like all Hungarian, right? Like 90% Hungarian. Like if you walk around.
I have no idea. I mean, the Hungarian people are Hungarian, but there are people who move here or come to work from other countries. So it's not like everyone is Hungarian, but yeah, I think most of the people are.
Like Kenya. We'll use Kenya for an example. I spent a bunch of time in Kenya, and like just everyone's Kenyan. Is it like that? And like if you see someone who's not Kenyan, you're like, holy shit, what are you doing here?
How are you supposed to know if they're not from I mean, there for sure, but in Hungary, you're like, how am I supposed to know if someone is like German or English or from the US or somewhere?
You guys don't all kind of look the same?
Aren't we all kind of look the same?
I don't know. I mean, I could use Armenia as an example. Although, have you ever been to Armenia?
Nope.
So I spent some time in Armenia too, a couple months in my life, and I thought I was going to go there and everyone was going to be short because I'm short and I'm Armenian. But it's really just everyone looks like me, but they're tall. It's fucked up. It's not cool, actually. I probably won't ever go back there. I really just wanted to go there to be with people my own size. Okay, so Are your parents? How did your parents end up? Did the climbing gym? I want to talk about the climbing gym. When you were born, did your parents already have the climbing gym?
Yes.
Okay, could you tell me that story? So you were raised in a climbing gym?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. So my dad is like, he can't sit on his butt for a long time, so he always has to do something new. And then I think he saw climbing on TV and he really was like, oh, that's cool. I want to do this. And then he built a climbing gym with his friends at the school where he taught, like, he's a teacher as well, like a sport teacher. And the gym, I mean, the school has a big gym, like 12-meter tall, or like, yeah, whatever, it's very tall. And then he
36
was,
feet, people. 36 feet.
yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna say meter because no one knows that here. So yeah, he was like, he got permission from the principal and he built a gym there, like a climbing gym, a climbing wall, basically. That was the first, I guess, in the country or in Hungary, like in Budapest at least, for sure. And yeah, when I was born, it was already there. So I just spent mostly all my time there, just like hanging out when I was a baby, and then started swinging on the ropes when I was a little older, and then started climbing when I was like, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Had he met your mom at that point?
Yeah, for sure. They've been together forever.
And is she a school teacher also?
Mm-hmm.
And what subject does she teach?
Biology.
Oh, okay. So she's the smart one.
Yeah.
So your dad found rock climbing on TV, and your brother found CrossFit on TV.
Yeah. And
Well,
we don't even really watch TV at all. So this was like the one time they turn on the TV and it was on it, I guess.
And bear with me here. You're in Hungary. Like in the United States, we have the flat TVs, but in Hungary, I imagine you guys still have like the square ones that are really thick.
Oh yeah, we do have the squares. No, I mean,
And you have to warm
probably
them
when
up. What?
probably when my dad found climbing on TV, it was like the big, like the huge, not like big. The screen was big, the screen was small, but the rest of the TV was huge in the
Huge,
back.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he probably found it on that, but my brother found it in 2016. So by the time in the, especially in like a global gym, there were flat screen TVs.
This really is my show. I'm just like, I can just bash other cultures and make fun of people, and just, this is great. I need to have another.
I
I need
told
to
you
have like
it's your show.
I need to have like 3 podcasts. This show is really just about me putting people down to make myself feel better, I think, so I can get on with the rest of my day. So, the climbing gym, so he built it at the school, but it's not at the school anymore. Now he has his own facility.
No, it's still at the school.
It's still at school. And is it can people from the outside go sign up, or is it just for the students?
So after school, people can come, but during school, it's only for the school and the kids. So it's pretty cool. You can go like climb a gym class.
So your mom does it too,
Yeah, they do it together.
and your brother does it.
You know,
No. And do you have any other?
He used
Yeah.
to do it. Did he?
no. Like he did it a couple times, but he never really liked it. My younger brother, yeah, he sometimes climbed, but also not too much.
Fight with her, Brian. Tell her she's wrong. You're the CrossFit Games expert. Tell her that the Hungarian
brother
bear
told
used to
you?
climb.
My brother
No,
told
no.
you that he used to climb?
No, but I was just imagining a skinny Christoph that was a good rock climber.
No, he was never skinny. He was like chubby and then he like got ripped, but there wasn't the skinny part ever. My younger brother, although he is like skinny, he is skinny.
'Cause
So you're the
usually
middle. You're the middle child.
I am. That's
Okay.
correct.
the only girl and stuck in the middle.
Yep.
Did that make you tough?
I guess so, yeah.
Do you
And
think-
what's your younger brother's name?
His name is Botond. Yeah,
Wha-
it's a Hungarian name.
One more time.
Botond.
Botond.
Yeah, everyone, when he came to the US with us for the 2018 games, he just introduced himself as Bo. So he's Bo. You can call him that.
Botond. Like button, but then a botond.
No,
No. Botond.
nothing to button, nothing close to button.
But say it again then for me. Say it again.
Botond.
Botond.
Yeah,
No, you're not digging it. Botond.
not really, but it's fine. But we call him Boto, which is like a cuter way, I guess.
Boto.
Bozo with the C.
Is that a common name in Hungary?
No, not really.
Can everyone there say it, or do they struggle like I do?
No, everyone can say it.
Oh.
Hungarians know Hungarian names.
Okay. So that was your first sport, climbing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was something that you were doing basically every day, 7 days a week, 30 minutes to hours from the time you were 3 to the present. I mean, like, there's a week doesn't go by where you're not on a climbing wall.
No. Yeah, I was there all the time. I mean, my mom and dad worked there, so I had no choice but to be there.
Do you get bored of the same wall over and over and over?
No, because there are like holes on it. They call it holes, and then you can change them. There are a lot of holes, and then you can change. There are a lot of shapes and forms and sizes, and it's cool.
Is there a picture of this climbing wall on your Instagram?
Yeah, there is, I think.
Ryan, could you find that? I want to see this thing because I dug through it last night and I'm trying to remember. I did see you climbing on that rock that was over the ocean. The clip starts and you're on the rock. Who filmed that?
Guy with a drone.
Oh, okay. I pictured it someone on a boat. And do you have a film guy?
No.
But you have so many, especially recently, you have so many like well edited and well shot videos. Who's doing that for you?
There is a guy in Hungary who sometimes comes and takes videos and pictures. And then there is also one guy who also, I don't know where he's from, but yeah, he also takes videos and pictures of CrossFitters, I guess. But he didn't come to Hungary. I went to other places and he was there, so that's how.
And so people are just, and I say this in a good way, basically people who are filmmakers are like, hey, I'm a filmmaker and you're an amazing athlete. Can I work with you? Can I shoot you? And you're like, sure, don't fuck it up.
No.
Oh.
No. I wouldn't say yes to someone who I don't know. I knew these people before.
Right. Man, if you live in Hungary and she doesn't have a filmmaker, someone should be capitalizing on that and making a career out of that.
Yeah, I won't be here for long, so no need.
Go ahead, Brian. That's an easy question.
Oh, I was. No,
he wasn't even paying attention.
Where are you going, Laura?
It's
where are
too
you
late
going?
now. You'll see, maybe.
Is it somewhere that you've been recently?
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
Alone.
Are you traveling for training or are you chasing a mate?
I don't chase anyone.
Yeah, you're 24 years old. You're at the perfect age to be chased or get chased. Chased or chase someone.
No. I don't do that.
She's chasing other things.
So you're moving for training. You rented the house next to Ben Smith's house.
Pretty much.
And but there isn't a romantic interest there. It's strictly to beat Tia. I mean, to win the CrossFit Games.
That's correct. Yeah.
Doing
the CrossFit Games, you have to beat Tia. So yeah.
Are you friends with her?
I don't do friends at the games.
Wow, I need to introduce you. I have found the perfect. Oh, but he already has a girlfriend. Damn it! I found the perfect guy for you. Do you know Colton Mertens?
Thank you. I'm not interested in that. No, right now I don't need that.
I know it's perfect because he's not interested in making friends either. You guys could have a relationship and hate each other. It would be awesome. But he has a girlfriend. Yeah.
I don't need that.
Ben's coaching versus Michelle's coaching. $4.99 from Matwani.
Skip that subject.
Yeah, that's a horrible question. I apologize that I even read that out loud. That is.
Laura, can I ask you something that's similar but different though? Is because some athletes have had the same. They've been successful in CrossFit and had the same coaches for 8 to 10 years, and then there's other athletes that every 2 or 3 years they change coaches. My perspective, based on my own career of athletics, which is a lot less impressive than most of yours, is I found value in having different coaches along the way because they all bring a little something. And then I could take from the old one the stuff that was good for me, apply some of the new stuff. Has that been similar for you?
So, yeah, I think so. If I look at it, particularly in CrossFit, if I look at some athletes and I see their coach and athlete career with like some of the programs they follow and coaches they had, I like question it sometimes, like, why are you still with that coach? Because maybe, I mean, you need someone else because that coach can't get you any further. Then it's Yeah, sometimes I look at that way, but for me, I think it was good. Like I learned a lot from Michelle, and I had coaches previously to Michelle as well, which I also learned a lot from. So I don't look at it as like it was bad or good, or like the current situation is better than that. You don't really compare those. You just like learn from anyone and everyone who you meet, I guess. And then I learned a lot from Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle's great. I've had a chance to talk to her. Actually, talked to her at the games for a little bit. And then how'd you end up wanting to work with Ben Smith?
So I was there 2018 for I did a team series with him
Hmm.
when they had it. That was the last year I think they had it. And then I was there and he was like, "Let's do it together." I was like, "Okay." So we did that together and we worked out together a lot and it was super fun. But I was still working with Michelle most of the time. Like, yeah, I was still working with Michelle. And then I ended up not working with Michelle. No, I still worked with Michelle in 2019, but after 2019, I stopped working with her, and then I didn't have anyone. And then uh, after the 2020 games, Ben texted after I posted something stupid on IG. He texted me, and he just offered to help. And then I hopped on the opportunity, and we talked, and it was great. And now we're training partners, I guess. I don't think he thinks about about me as his athlete. We are more like training partners, but yeah.
Because he
But
still wants to compete.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sunil, it wasn't a stupid question. I just said that to blame you. I thought it was a great question, but when Laura Horvath started pushing back, I don't want to upset the guest, so I pretended like it was a dumb question. There are no dumb questions.
Oh, there are.
Uh, um, uh, you're gonna. Are you fitter than Ben Smith? Like, if you thought he should retire, would you tell him? Would you be like, "Yo, dude, it's my time. Just focus on me."
No, I wouldn't tell him what to do. He
Okay.
knows himself, but
You-
yeah, it's his choice.
Are you guys very competitive with each other?
Yeah, for sure.
Laura,
And
when you watch him do Olympic lifting, are you as impressed by his mechanics and technique as I am?
Yeah, he's yeah,
I
it's
don't know. I
insane.
mean, everyone knows the story of how he learned and where he learned, but it's
And
pretty
that's the
remarkable.
crazy part about it, how well he moves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really does.
you mean just in that garage in front of the refrigerator?
Yeah.
What did you post? You said you posted something stupid and Ben saw it and then contacted you. What was it? Like, fuck the
I don't know.
CrossFit Games. I hope it burns.
Search on my IG. I don't know anymore.
Come on. You said it was something stupid. What was it? Just share with us.
It was a long time ago. You're not gonna find it.
You ride motorcycles?
No, that was for the picture.
Oh, okay. It's a great picture. Those
I'm not
sunglasses.
allowed, but I
Um,
would. It's so fun.
when you say you're not allowed, you don't allow yourself because you don't want to get hurt, or your parents don't allow you.
Oh no, I don't care about that. My parents. There is like two rules at home.
Hmm.
One is no motorcycles. Two is no
Hmm.
tattoos. And
Oh,
that's it.
those are good rules. Those will be rules in my house too. So neither you or your brother have tattoos.
No one.
And are you tempted to get tattoos?
No, I don't
Yeah,
like tattoos.
yeah, interesting. And but you have a nose ring, don't you?
No, I don't have any. I
Did,
used
did,
like I had one for like a couple of months, but I don't anymore.
did you get in
That's
trouble with
also not allowed, but I didn't see my parents when I had it, so I guess
it?
it's fine.
It seems like it's a good rock climbing like accoutrement. Like if you're gonna be a rock climber, you could get away with a nose piercing.
No, I don't
Oh,
think it's cool.
okay. Neither do I. Especially like, have you ever been around someone who has a nose piercing and they sneeze and like a little snot bubble comes out of the hole?
I don't think that happens. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
probably
it's
people
happened.
who doesn't have nose rings say that.
You and I don't know a lot of the same people, but there's a person that you and I both know that I actually saw that happen to.
Oh,
A young lady.
okay,
She sneezed and a snot bubble came out of her nose. I'll tell you off
great.
the air. Oh, Brian, I have so many things to tell you off the air today. Um, not about you, Laura. Other stuff. I don't know anything about you yet. So Laura, so then rock climbing, and then what was your next sport after that? So rock climbing is like your first sport, and then what comes after that?
It's pretty much CrossFit, but I had like in between. Like
Like
Well,
at
I
6
was
years old?
climbing.
Hmm.
Well, I was climbing. I did like in high school, I did like, and even before high school, I did like running, biking, all kinds of sports that I could do basically. Badminton, that was like next to the climbing, like in the big area, you could do badminton, tennis, volleyball. So I played a lot of sports, but I
You
never like really competed in any of them. I did like, we had like district, like in Hungary, we have like districts, and we had like district tournaments, or between the schools you had like a running something or a biking event, and I was like, I take part.
you did take part.
Yeah, yeah, I did take part.
Do you remember how old you were when you did your very first competition in any sport?
Like around 10, maybe 9, probably 10.
And was it badminton?
No, it was like how you call it, biking basically. Like you had to do like a 5K loop, so I was like 10, and then that's it. It
Oh,
was
that's
like mountain biking in the woods
that's
in here. So
that's
yeah.
cool. I don't know. I think you're the first guest or first person I've ever known who their first event competing was mountain biking. But I actually, there's this lady I met the other day at where my boy plays tennis, and her son did a triathlon at 4 years old. I mean, it was small.
What?
It was very, very short. I think like the run was like 800 meters, but it was a. I mean, she said her son was one of the only kids on a bicycle. All the other kids were on tricycles.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it's
crazy
kind of
that
nuts,
they do
right?
that.
And did you like badminton? I really liked badminton. I think it was like
Yeah,
the
I
only thing
liked
I
it.
was good at. Were you
Yeah,
good?
I liked it a lot. I was decent, I'd say. I don't know.
I wonder
When
I
if
the
I
never.
last
could
time
I
beat
you
you.
also competed like local comps, I guess. But
For badminton?
I took the
Jeez.
chance to compete in anything, basically. So they were like, the coach was like, "We have this." I'm like, "I'm coming."
And you're not afraid of competition?
Why would you?
I don't know. I'm terrified of it. No fear.
No, not really. Like, no, it's just like doing it at home. Just some people are watching.
I think it was event number 5. Before the event, you said you were going to win. And I'm wondering, first of all, is that true? Did you say that before the event?
What did I say?
I think before event number 5, you said, hey, I'm going to smash this and win this one.
Yeah, because they asked me. There were
Okay.
like media people back, and then they were like, "Are you excited for the next one?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll win it." And then it ended up happening. Like, I guess you know your abilities, but then also you want to win every event. So
Yeah, and that was kind of my question. Would you have said that about any event that they would have asked you?
not every event, but some of them, yes.
Most of
Because
them.
like obviously you don't go there to take second or something else.
Did you
But
say that
first,
about any other events at the games? Did media come up to you like for event 6 and be like, okay,
no,
Laura, no.
no, they only came to me before this one. I guess they know that I like rock climbs.
Did you know she was going to win that, Brian? Is that like, do you see that event and you're like, oh, that's Laura Horvath. She's going to crush that shit.
He didn't write it down in a post, so now he can say whatever.
Wow.
I would have picked her to finish in the top 5 in that one. I think I don't know about winning it, but it should have been a good one for her. Yeah.
It was the rope climb, it was the sandbag, and it was the skier.
That's correct.
I dropped my pen.
Laura,
those
Laura,
all
do you-
seem
do you
like
know-
those
Why
all
would
seem
you
like they
need
would be
a
great for
pen to
her.
a podcast?
Because I got to write stuff down. When you say
Oh,
stuff
okay.
that I want to circle back around and
Okay.
yeah. Good
Laura-
question though. Great question.
Laura, do you know who got second in that workout?
No idea.
It was Gabby.
Oh, that's good.
Gabby, Sevan, you know, is Christoph's girlfriend. But I wanted to ask her-
She's dating the Hungarian bear, which is Laura's brother.
Yeah.
I have the family tree right here. I wrote it down with my pen.
How did you spell her younger brother's name?
Butthole. 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 Isn't that his
Don't
name?
say that. It's mean.
Sorry, I apologize. Wow, I apologize. I called him. She said his nickname is Buto.
Boto.
Boto. Sounds like
Just
an
say
African. Sounds like an African tribal name, and that's what I wrote down. Butto. Buto.
Laura, wait,
Good.
hold on. Okay, let's go back to event 5. So the reason I wanted to ask you about, or I asked who got second, is not because she's
Yeah,
dating your
because how
brother.
my relationship is with her and like what do I think about it?
Nope, not at that at all.
Ryan, can we see that climbing wall and can we see her doing a clean and jerk? Craig White wants to see her doing a
Clean
clean
and
and jerk.
jerk.
I don't
This
know.
this guy on Instagram says you have a phenomenal clean and jerk, and he asked us to pull up a video so we can watch.
Oh shit, you did. Okay, I'm not looking at the right place. I'm sorry. Okay.
How
Okay.
many platforms are you on now? One is the podcast, one is the three of you talking, and the third is like
Well,
watching my Instagram.
the YouTube is delayed, so I don't watch the YouTube except I just look at the comments. I try not to look at the video, but he put it on the video, and that was my fault. I screwed that up. So when we talk, the world doesn't hear it for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Brian. So to go back to the Hungarian bear, you were going to ask about her brother or something?
No. So Gabby, this is a rope climb event. Gabby got cut in 2019 after the first event of the CrossFit Games, which had
Yeah,
legless rope climbs.
Mm.
And I think that it's an interesting parallel because obviously we can see an athlete in her who's maybe struggled with a legless rope climb a couple years ago, but in a regular rope climb, and I know even this year she was excited that it was regular rope climbs and not legless, and she's like, "Oh wow, I can do really well on this," and she did. But a lot of people are always critical of you for the handstand push-up. And since we have you here, I always defend you and say she's not bad at handstand push-ups, and she's not bad upside down. From just watching back the history of your career, there's basically one type of handstand push-up that's very difficult to you relative to the rest of the competitive women. And other than that, you're usually able to navigate it fine. And maybe it's not an event win. So I just wanted to give you the chance to talk about that for yourself, because I always have to say it for you.
Yes, he wants to give you the chance. He wants to give you the chance, Miss
First
Horvath.
of all, legless rope climbs or rope climbs are two different movements. They are like very little in common, like going up basically. Like when you can use your legs, it's so much easier. So I don't think, yeah, what people like, yeah, it's rope climb, so she's gonna do very bad. Like, no, she will not because she is very, very good in rope climbs and in legless rope climbs as well now. So going back to handstand push-ups, like, yeah, I suck at handstand push-ups because everyone says that. So let's just
But I
like,
don't think that's true.
I don't really wanna like tell people anything. So if they think I suck at handstand push-ups, then they're right. It's whatever their life, and they think that. They think that. I don't really care. Like when next time handstand push-ups comes up and I suck again, then yeah, I suck at handstand push-ups. But if I don't, then I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know.
Fuck
Yeah, it's
event 13 from the 2014 games where I messed up on handstand push-ups.
I
It
don't
was a
even know what
one-off.
that was.
I don't know. I just made it up. I'm just making it up. I don't know what event it was that people are talking about.
Yeah, people like talking.
That's the thing. That's the thing about competition. But it's good that they're talking, right? Aren't you glad that they're talking?
I don't really care.
But are you interested in the prize money?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
like
it's nice.
Yeah, the more people that talk, the more prize money there will be.
No,
No? There's not a correlation there?
I don't think so.
Do you have sponsors, Laura?
I do.
Do you have an agent?
Not anymore.
But you did have one?
Yeah.
And why? And why did you drop your agent, or did your agent drop you?
Let's not talk about it, but I quit the agent.
And is it? This will be the last one, I think. I can't promise, but you're good at saying "fuck off," so you can just keep saying that. Isn't an agent good? Like they help you get sponsors so that you can focus on your training.
Yeah, I think it could be good, but my experience wasn't amazing.
Okay, and so no agent, and you don't have a coach.
I have Ben.
You have Ben, but you've also referred to him as your training partner.
Yeah, it's like 2 in 1.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
When you're there in Virginia, are there other people at the gym that often train with you guys?
Oh yeah, there are plenty. There are a lot of people, which is awesome. Like at home here in Hungary, I mostly train alone.
And it always seems to me like Ben Smith has a big group of people available to him to work out with.
Yeah.
But apart from his brothers and like almost Adam Klink, I know he's moved now. Those guys are all very good, but they can't break through to the games.
Yeah, but you don't really need a games athlete for you to train with. Like some people are good at this, some people are good at that, and then you just, I mean, use those people for those particular workouts. And then
You
if
met
they
Adam Klink?
Yes, I met him.
I want to meet him. Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry. Go on. So you were talking about using people. That's one of my favorite subjects. Go on.
No, like their abilities, like you don't need an amazing games athlete for you to train with. You just need people who are better than you in running, and then they are probably not gonna be good in something else, but you have good weightlifter, good gymnast, and then there you go, you're set.
You
Or
kind of
even
need
just
them. You kind of need them to be shitty at everything else. That's how I feel. Like Brian's on this show because he's good about game stuff, but I don't want him to shine anywhere else and outshine me. So like if you have a training partner who just runs good, it's like great.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's good.
How is Adam Klink? Is he cool?
Yeah, he is cool.
Is cool? On a 1 to 10, how cool is he?
I don't do rating.
Don't do ratings. All right. Because you said yeah, he's cool. Like, but I wasn't buying.
No. He's cool.
He is cool. Okay. Pull that clip, Ryan.
Cool
I want
guy,
to.
but
I want to study your expressions.
He's not there anymore, so
That sucks. I really want to meet him. Do you think he'd be good on the podcast?
yeah, he loves to talk.
He does.
Yeah, he would love to talk to you. So get him on the podcast.
Do you love to talk?
What do you think?
No.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, you definitely don't love talking to me. How about Ben Smith? Does he like to talk?
I think so. To some people, he probably wouldn't like to talk to you.
Yeah, I don't think he likes to talk to me either. Because I used to do the behind the scenes of the games, and I would approach him. I mean, he wasn't rude. He wasn't quite as prickly as you, but he was definitely quieter.
But
Like if I wanted to,
we should still invite him on.
yeah, I agree. It was like
Yeah,
if
he
I
would
wanted to
probably
talk to
say
Ben.
no. I was
What?
thinking of saying no.
You were.
Yeah.
Tell me
But I
about
was
that.
like, you DM me 3 times, and then you DM my brother, and then you emailed me, so you really want to talk to me. So I was like, okay.
So was it personal? You're like, nah, I'm not really into this guy and his shtick, or was it more like, hey, I just don't do podcasts?
I just don't do podcast. I don't have any issues with any of you. I just was like, I don't know if I want to talk
Yeah.
about like fitness or anything else.
Where did you learn to speak English?
So my mom really she really wanted us to speak languages and also to play instruments. So when we went to school, we are obviously in school. I mean, I don't know in the US, but at home you can choose to learn language. It's like either English or German for us, and then after 6th grade you can pick up another language like Italian, Spanish, or French, I think. And then I learned English and German basically in school. And then my brother went to the US to learn English, like an exchange thing. And then I went to Austria, which is like the next door country or neighbors, to learn German. And then, yeah, that's how we learned language, basically like going away. And then you didn't have a choice but to try. And then I think I basically learned English. Like I can speak English because of CrossFit, because I went to like Glass House is also like an international gym where the coaches speak English and the classes run in English. And then that's how I guess like in the gym I went to, it was international. So everyone was from abroad, and even the Hungarian people talked in English. So I had no choice but to.
And how old were you when you started speaking English? Do you recall? Were you like 5?
I was 16 when I started going to the gym, like 16. But I was very quiet. I was basically just like there.
No. You
Language?
You didn't start speaking English till you were 16?
No. I mean, I did speak English, but not amazing.
Right. You just spoke. Okay, so you just spoke in a classroom, and then when you're 16, you took it out for the world to see in the gym.
Correct.
With like native English speakers.
Yeah.
You got to see some of these comments. Okay, here we go. I love how Sevan and Brian don't give up. This interview seems hopeless. And then they put a picture of a cactus. That's so good. And that, I'm a big fan of her personality. Stay true to who you are, Laura. Brenda, go away. 20 burpees for you. Ha ha ha. Sevan doesn't know how to bring her into his zone. Kaylin, 20 burpees for you too. She should have said no. She's definitely second guessing it. Hey, you need to do 100 burpees. Oh man, it's not that bad. Someone said, "Can we turn this? Do you think we can save this podcast?" It's not that bad. Come on, guys, this is great. I would still give this a 10 out of 10. I know you don't do ratings, but just the
you probably give 10 out of 10 of all your podcasts.
That's true.
Because you enjoy it. I mean, hopefully you enjoy it because it's your podcast.
They're not, yeah, but you know what? Like the people like that I struggle with the most. Like, let me tell you something. Colton Mertens is not easy for me. But I just can't. But it's like he's like black licorice. Do you like black licorice?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I know, but I just can't stop eating it. I don't like it either, but I eat it. It's like Colton Mertens. It's like I know it's going to be hard, but I still want to have him on the show.
I mean, you have to ask good questions to have a good podcast. Like you have the conversation going.
Yeah, and you were already just tearing me up right away. Like, why would you ask that? You know how old I am.
Because you know.
When you went to the CrossFit Games in 2018, were you prepared for the interviews?
No.
Was that?
I was not.
I
don't know what I said back then. I don't really know. Like I don't watch my interviews. I probably regret everything I say during the interviews, but people liked it, so I guess it was okay.
I think they liked you. I mean, you were a rookie. You were very exciting. You were winning events. You were challenging all the the top girls at the time, which many of them are still the top women in the sport. And but we've talked to other athletes who've said, yeah, the first year or two when they would ask me interviews, I wasn't really comfortable, but that motivated me to improve my English so I could communicate better. Did you have some of that?
Like speaking in English, I was comfortable. Like answer like the questions they ask, I wasn't prepared for, or like I didn't think of any of it. I didn't really put much thought into it.
And
dude, her English is great though, don't you think?
Yeah, it's very good. But that was 3.5 years ago or so.
That was a long time ago, yeah.
But you feel more confident and comfortable with those types of questions now?
Yeah, I know what to say, what not to say. I'm not usually, but sometimes they say the wrong things and then it comes out like not
some
the
of the
way I
other
want
athletes,
it.
you mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like when you tell him your younger brother's name is Butthole. That's not cool. That doesn't translate so good. No, she's killing it. And look at her internet connection. I mean, you would think Hungary, like they just have like one line that comes down the street and everyone has to tap into it. But look at her shit. Her shit's tight.
Yeah.
That's some high speed stuff. It's better than what you have, Brian.
Okay. Well, maybe I should move to Hungary.
There are these sports that the other athletes play that kind of like are their defining traits, right? You get these like Yanikoskis, and I'm assuming he was a swimmer, or you had a Lazar Jukic who
water polo.
They're kind of they're defining. But do you have a defining one or no?
I didn't know that they played those sports, but yeah, I guess climbing. I would say climbing, but it's not like defining. I don't know. Like it's just a sport I did before.
I guess by defining is like you hear that Lazar Jukic did water polo and you're like, okay, that makes you tough because those guys are assholes to each other under the water. That means you have a good engine because that's a horrible sport, right? Because you can't ever put your feet down. And it means that you have good, probably, what's that called? Social awareness, like not social awareness. What's the word I'm looking for? Situational awareness as a water polo player because there's a lot of shit going on. So you can kind of see it as defining. Or like Miko Salo, to go back. I don't know if you remember that. He's probably like too old for you to know who he is.
I know
but,
he's okay.
Okay, all right.
If he was from America, I wouldn't know who he is, but he's from Europe, so I know who he is.
Okay. And his foundation was like soccer, or what you guys call football?
We got to test it. Do you know who Graham Holmberg is?
Yes, he's the blonde guy.
He's from America.
Yeah, I know.
You know him?
No.
She didn't want to. It's so rock climbing is. I think are you the only one who rock climbing is sort of your. Do you know any other rock climbers like who that's their origin?
I know other rock climbers, but they don't do CrossFit.
That's what I mean. Do you know any other CrossFit Games athletes who
No.
they're no? I guess your brother. No, but he didn't even. You're saying he didn't even. He wasn't even that much into rock climbing.
Laura, do you like to tell him that you should have done more rock climbing? Your gymnastics would be better.
No.
When you go to CrossFit gyms, do you ever see the CrossFit gyms that have like the grips, like rock climbing grips for pull-ups? I'd say it's like 1 out of every 20 gyms I go to, I see that.
Yeah.
It's always kind of cool. Those are really hard. You're
They
probably
are.
very good at them.
Yeah.
Are you on any dating apps?
No, I don't want to date anyone
You
right
don't
now.
you don't want to date anyone?
Especially not on an app. Who
Yeah.
wants to do that? I mean, a
Good.
lot of people, but I don't.
Good, you passed the test. I'm so old. I've never even seen a dating app. So like when they make jokes about them, I can't even. I'm not. I just know like they make a lot of jokes about swiping right and left, but I've never got to swipe anyone. So dating isn't a. It's not. You're not looking for a relationship, an intimate
Right
relationship.
now, no. No, right now, no.
And is that hard? I mean, aren't you like you're 24 years old? Isn't that like a time in your life when you should be?
I guess it is, but it's not hard. No.
It happens. And would you push it away if it happened naturally?
No, no, for sure not. But I'm not like actively searching the internet or the apps or the people.
Oh yeah, I like that. I don't think I did that either. That's what school was for. You just went to school and just that stuff just happened. And do you have suitors?
What are suitors?
Those are like men that circle like you're up in your ivory tower and they circle the tower like singing songs or bringing you roses and chocolate and just shit like that. Or like in your case they bring you a kettlebell or something.
No, I don't have those.
Hey, you see that guy? She laughed. We're turning a corner. So those of you who didn't believe it would happen, eat a dick. Or do both? And you know it's cool that your parents. There's 2 things I would like to give my kids too. Actually, 3 things, and it seems like your parents have given it to you. I would love for them to speak a second language. I would love for them to play a musical instrument because those are gifts they get to keep their entire life. And
Right,
really,
it's cool.
and instruments really are another language, right?
Yeah. If you can play them right, yes.
And then they gave you you obviously have been raised in a way that's going to give you the ability to take care of your body until the day you die. No one's going to be wiping your ass for you. You're going to be able to. You're competent enough to do it, so you don't get taken to an old folks home.
Yeah, hopefully I will not get
Um,
taken to an old folks home. Yeah.
Yeah. Are your grandparents alive?
Yes.
Are they athletic?
Not really. No, I wouldn't say so.
Do they walk every morning?
Yes, they are still fit. They can go wherever they want to go.
So compared to Americans, they're like super fit.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, come on. What town does
I
Ben
wouldn't.
Smith? What town does
What?
Ben Smith live in? Where does Ben Smith live?
Virginia.
Yeah, come on. You know what Americans look like. Virginia is like you go outside and every third person is 350 pounds. Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
When I was there, I only went to the gym. So everyone was
Okay.
there. Everyone was fit there. So
Go to this 7-Eleven in Virginia. You pick any 7-Eleven you want. Do you know what a 7-Eleven is?
I know, but I've never been in one.
Yeah, go and hang out there for 30 minutes.
7-Eleven. You just go to Walmart.
Dude.
You only need to be there for 3 minutes.
I also haven't been to a Walmart. So
A Walmart. She hasn't been to a Walmart.
shut up. That's not how I talk.
What instrument did you pick up?
I played the piano.
Oh, okay.
I still
do you
can play a little bit. Yeah.
And does Ben have a piano in his house?
I don't think so.
So you haven't been in there like to grab a snack? You go in from the garage, grab a snack, and see the piano, and go over and play a little bit, show off.
There's no piano, so I can't show. And also, I don't like to show off.
I have a friend who's a
You
piano
don't like
player.
to show off?
Like
And
my
sometimes-
piano skills, not really. My brother plays the guitar, and he's still very, very good, and like has a band and everything. So
Boto or
yeah,
Crystal?
no, my little brother. So I leave the artsy part, like the piano and like the playing instruments and
No instruments for
That's-
Christoph?
no. I mean, yeah, he played. I don't even know what, but he played something, but for a very short amount of time. Then he was like, "I'm gonna go do some sports."
Do you like his shirt that is all just American flags?
Who?
Did you see that one, Christoph? He was very
No,
proud
I
of it.
haven't seen that one.
He went to Target, bought a shirt. It just had American flags everywhere. He was wearing it to the beach.
Oh, really?
Does
I
that
didn't
sound
see
like
that.
him?
Yeah, he that sounds like him.
She's an introvert and doesn't like talking, but look at her smiles. She's enjoying this. I don't think she's an introvert. I think it's like her against the world. But we'll
No,
see.
I'm not me
Well,
against the bird, okay? That's like, no.
no, oh, okay. So this guy's
Her
right.
and
You're more of
her
an
and Ben.
introvert. What?
No, I wouldn't say that, but
Oh, so we're both wrong. All right, we'll get to the bottom of this. Uh, I'm really hoping you're going to ask her about how she felt about them forgetting about her and them not even talking to her after the last event. I don't
Okay,
think they
wait. No. That person, they never interview the second place person, and they never interview the third place person. They only did that this year because of the circumstances surrounding Annie. I don't think that was a good choice because it made everyone really question why they didn't want to talk to Laura, but they didn't interview Pat Vellner for getting second. So not interviewing the second place person after the final event is not unusual. Interviewing the third place person is.
And if Brian's defending CrossFit, that means he's really thought this out. That's
yeah.
usually my job. Did
But
you felt neglected?
no.
What about when
Everyone told me that like they were so mad that I didn't interview me, and like I couldn't care less. Like what was I supposed to say? Like I don't even yeah. I was okay not being interviewed.
Did you like it when the person in the crowd said, "What about Laura?"
Not really. No.
But you stood up and waved and smiled, though.
Yeah, because I had to. Well, like I can't just sit there or like yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a nice moment for you.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's cool. I don't think that they neglected her either, but I think it's cool that people are saying that just because that means people want more of you. And also the thing is like they've had Tia now for 5 years, right? Or how many times has she won?
It's too many.
Yeah, and if they don't you have to build other characters. There have to and they know that. And obviously Annie's whole shtick with coming back, being a mom, and all the depression shit she talked about. Obviously, there was a great story there. And you're just this young kid who's just consistent. You're just Laura Horvath, second place, 24 years old.
Yeah, nothing interesting there.
Her day will come. Hey, is it kind of like I like all the guys, they didn't get to beat Matt and he left?
Yeah.
Are you like fucking I'm gonna get
that's
Tia
not
before
gonna
she
happen.
retires?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm letting her go. I mean, like you're stoked she's still competing, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
some people
for sure. No. I'm very happy she didn't quit. I mean, she didn't stop competing after this year because she had the choice, I guess. But yeah, no, I think it's good.
and when you beat her next year, no one will be able to say that she's not in her prime.
No.
Like there's
No.
there's no decline. Like Tia's not on her way out. It's not like, oh, she has one more year, I hope she can do it. It's like, holy shit. She's
Yeah.
the lioness still walking around the savannah saying, yo, you want some? It will be satisfying when you beat her. Do you know this movie Highlander?
No, I don't.
It's old as shit. It had like Sean Connery in it, and there's all these. I think it's Sean Connery. I don't know if you guys know this movie, Brian or Ryan, but basically, there's all these guys on the planet, and they all have special powers. And if you kill the other guy, you get their power, right? Let's say there's like 10 of them on the planet. So so Justin Medeiros won the games this year, and that's awesome. Not a dig at him. He did it great. He had a great foil, Pat Vellner, but like he doesn't get Matt Fraser's power, right? But if you beat Tia next year, it's kind of like you collect her 5 wins.
Yeah, no. She
Yeah,
will
yeah.
still have the 5 wins. I'm just gonna
She
play the
will.
next one.
But you know what I mean. You know what I
Yes.
mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, it's good stuff. When do you come to the United States, and are you allowed to, like, can you go outside in your country right now? Like in Australia, not only can you not go outside, but if you do go outside, the local news is like reporting you. Do you guys have
Oh,
like any of that
I
crazy
didn't know
shit?
that. No, not yet, but they're talking about the fourth something wave or whatever they say. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
But you can go out if you want. When you get off this podcast, you could go outside if you wanted and like
Yes.
go to the park and do some pull-ups or ride a swing.
Mhm.
Can you
Yes,
go
I
to a
can do
store and buy a
whatever.
hamburger right now?
They don't sell hamburgers at the store, but I could go to the store.
Okay. What do you mean they don't sell hamburgers at the store?
Like you can buy the ingredients to make a hamburger at home, but you can buy a hamburger at the store.
You don't have McDonald's? You can't just go to McDonald's and get a
But
hamburger?
that's not a store, that's like a food chain.
Ah, right. I forgot English is your second language. I'm being course corrected by a foreigner. It's like talking to my dad. English is his second language too, and they know how to use it better than the people who it's their first language.
That's usually like that, yeah.
And when do you plan on coming to the States? Do you have a date?
I do have a date.
Could you share it?
Yeah, I don't want to.
I understand. No, I don't understand.
It's okay. You don't have to understand everything.
Are you? Did you get invited to Rogue?
Yes, I did.
Are you going to be in the United States before Rogue?
Yes. So
When is
soonish.
Rogue? When is Rogue, Brian? Now we're getting somewhere. We're cracking her. When is
It's
Rogue?
October, end of October.
Oh,
2
are you
months.
you're gonna be in the United States for Halloween? Have you picked out your Halloween costume?
When is Halloween?
End of October.
Oh, then I will be. I don't know. Halloween is not a thing here.
So you can experience it for the first time.
Yeah, I experienced 4th of July for the first time.
You should go
Last year.
trick or treating and
this year.
put a little video on Instagram of your trick or treating experience.
I might. I like candy.
Do you know who Elvira is?
Nope.
Okay, but I think you should go as Elvira for Halloween.
Even though I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just look her up, Elvira. Get the costume. You would kill it. I think
That's
you'll need
Adam's
some.
family, right?
No, she like hosted like a scary,
It's not
scary.
Adam's family?
But you'll need to dye your hair black, all black.
I can just put on a wig.
And, okay, good. A Vig. But your accent's perfect. You would be a great Elvira. It would be awesome. Okay, so I'm just trying to sum this up here. We have Laura Horvath, doesn't like to do podcasts, not specifically with me, so everyone settle the fuck down with that. And she's 24 years old. She's been to 3.5 games. She is doubling down on her commitment to the games, right? More fierce, more training than ever before.
Yeah. We could say that.
She comes from a loving family of not only physically gifted but intellectually capable people. She is not on dating apps. She is not. She's not turning down any suitors, but she's not doing any courting herself. But she's not opposed to anyone courting her. She's coming to the United States and moving to Virginia. She will be going to the Rogue Invitational.
So many information. Too much a little bit. But yeah.
Oh,
I was checking. How long are these podcasts usually take? How long are you guys talking usually?
usually an hour and a half, but I'm trying to get out of this one as fast as I can. You've got me all fucked up.
That's good.
I'm excited to listen to this podcast later. Laura is such a pleasant demeanor when not competing. Oh God, I'd be.
Why?
You're
What am
telling
I
me she's
like?
meaner when she's not competing?
No,
Holy
when I am, no.
Shit.
I'm not mean when I'm competing. I'm just not, nice person. I don't know.
You're intense. You're focused.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you are an amazing person and you're a very nice person. If you weren't a nice person, you couldn't take all this picking about you not being a nice person. I mean, shit. Brian, is there anything else you would like to say to Miss Horvath?
No, that's a no. Too big
Well,
of a
no,
pot.
he wants to dig in on. He has a ton. See,
What do
so
you
you
wanna-
screwed
okay.
Brian up because you said you don't want to talk about fitness or stuff like that, and that's really
No,
Brian's
I am,
expertise.
okay.
So he's all
Well,
fucked up. You got him all
That's
scrambled.
not
Sorry.
what fucked me up. That's not
I
what fucked
didn't
me
mean
up.
to.
Laura,
What
this
did, what
is
what did she
messed
say
me
that
up.
scrambled you up? Because she said a few things that scrambled me up too, and I'm like trying to push them out of my head.
Okay, I'll tell
T-
her what scrambled me up. What
Tell me, I
scrambled
wanna
me
hear.
is, in the past, obviously we've never talked this much before, and in the past couple of years, I've had to defend you a lot of times because people are
Oh,
saying,
you did.
yeah,
Thank
because
you.
a lot of people think that the 2018 second place was a fluke, was a mistake, was a one-time off, and then we're never going to see this girl again. And they, they can look at certain things and they can make an argument, right? They can say, well, look what happened in Rogue. She couldn't do the standard. She had to, she was in third place or something, but she finished last because she couldn't meet the minimum work requirement. Look at Dubai. She had to withdraw before the competition started. And I'm saying, like, okay, she's 21, she's 22, she's 23. She showed up to the CrossFit Games for the first time. She did amazing. And a lot of things change after that. And, I don't know the things that changed for you during that time, but I just talked to a lot of people in the space, and I think that it was just kind of you figuring out, okay, now I have this, people know who I am. And it sounds like from talking to you, you prefer it if people don't necessarily know who you are, if they just let you be yourself, let you do your thing. But when you're as good as you are as something, you have to figure out that balance. They want to hear from me, they want to know me. And so I think that in the next couple of years, whether it was injury or just the pressure or maybe your relationships, something that affected your training in some way, or not knowing your coaching situation, like all these things, you were just figuring it out. But I always thought that there was a chance that you would come back, and that's why I picked you this year to finish second, is because I didn't think that 2018 was a mistake, and I didn't think that one movement that's difficult for you would hold you back from coming back into the competitive picture.
Thank you.
That's what courtship sounds like, by the way. That he was just courting you. That's what courtship sounds like.
So when I asked you about the handstand push-ups, and you said, no, I don't, if they want to think that, they want to think that, then I was like, oh, okay. I always defend her on that, but she doesn't want
No,
to.
like, yeah, I think what you just said, it's correct. Like, yeah, I don't really like to be in the spotlight and be like, I don't know. I just don't like that. Or like, I don't know. So yeah, I just like to do my own thing, and I needed some time to figure things out, and it ended up taking 2 years, I guess. So, but I'm not gonna go anywhere now.
Isn't it so? Imagine I mean, I can't, but imagine just the what goes on in her head, that she thinks that she can be the fittest woman on the planet, right? So that already is like, I mean,
I, I
that's
mean, you have to think so. Like, if you don't think so, you're not gonna do it. Like, you have to think like you're the best and you're gonna beat everyone. Because if you don't think so, then there is like zero chance, or like very little chance, that it's actually gonna happen.
I agree. It's and that's why doing a podcast with you, and that's why people want to talk to you, is because, I mean, you're not just thinking it or saying it, you're doing it. And it's something that most of us can't even get our head wrapped around. Like we can pretend we can, but we can't. You know, the first day of the CrossFit Games that 99% of the population would just drop out, just fucking put a gun in their mouth and shoot themselves. They would not be able to get out of bed the next day. And so I know it seems normal to you because you're just doing it, but it's remarkable, and that's why people want to talk to you. And there's not only are you saying it, but you're doing it. And so I guess just get used to it. How many? So what does it take to get you on a podcast? Like 5 DMs, talk to your brother, and what's the other thing? What's the formula?
Email me.
Emailer. Okay. Hey, you're if you need me to vet all podcasts before you're going to be on them, just send the email to me and I'll talk to the dude. I'll be like, look, be cool, man. Or the girl. I'll be like, be cool. Be cool. Brian, is there any more you want to try attempting any more courtship?
No, I think that was my best shot.
That was pretty good.
I knew it. I knew it. Ms. Horvath, thank you for coming on. I hope you had fun. When you come to the United States, we will bug you again.
Oh, really? No, please
Yeah.
don't. Like, it's gonna be the same.
Okay, Ryan, turn it off. Quick, turn it off. Turn it off.
No, but thank you for having me. It was fun.
It was fun.
This episode has the most airtime of Brian speaking to a guest. Yes, because I was scared. Great job, Sevan. She made this impossible. Thank you. Finally, someone who's like defending me and not jumping on the Horvath bandwagon.
I really tried.
Laura is an absolute hottie. I know, she just relies on her looks. That's the problem. She's awesome. I love her demeanor. I'm sure she's a fun person in private. Ouch. Good. I like that. Laura, please do more interviews. Laura just sitting there wondering when this damn nightmare is going to end.